Alright guys, with Ranked Play in Modern Warfare 3 finally arriving, we have put together the best pro class setups for you guys to try out right now. The Gentleman's Agreement approved versions and some ideas we think can make them even better. Hit the like button if you're going to give these a try.
Do the nature dance. Do the nature.
Without a doubt, the best assault rifle in the game that the pros are using right now, it's the MCW. Much like its 2009 MW2 counterparts, the ACR, this gun has been dominant among the professional player base, amassing over 2/3 of the total kills in the CDL. Alongside its general 5 to 6 shot time to kill, any single headshot mixed in with the body shots will decrease the time to kill to just 252 milliseconds, requiring only 4 shots to kill. Every pro build of this weapon includes the 16.5-inch MCW Cyclone long barrel and the RG Regal heavy stock. These two attachments are key to making the MCW an absolute laser of a weapon, not all that far away from the memorable ICR from Black Ops 4. The barrel significantly increases the effective damage range and bullet velocity, making the gun feel like a more traditional hit scan weapon from back in the day, while the stock reduces the recoil. The next few attachments leave some room for experimentation, with most pros opting to run the L4R flash hider and some using the T51R billeted brake for the muzzle. With these two choices, you'll have to adjust your playstyle accordingly, since the billeted brake slightly hurts your damage range, bullet velocity and horizontal recoil, while significantly helping though the vertical recoil control. The L4R flash hider on the other hand helps your all-around recoil control at the cost of 20 milliseconds of ADS speed. The former lends itself best to more aggressive AR players who are looking to get up close and personal and hit the enemies with the ego chow.
Hello, bozo.
The latter more suited to players engaging in more ranged battles. There are also two different options for the stock. The DR6 Handstop helps with all-around handling speeds, while the XTEN Phantom 5 Handstop helps a bit with general recoil control and still maintains some of the handling speed benefits. The pros have a gentleman's agreement to all use an OpTic of some sort, so while it's not technically mandatory, it certainly is the preferred approach. The general choice of OpTic for the pros has been the Slate Reflector, although for those wanting to use a Black Ops 3 style ELO sight, the MK3 Reflector should get the job done. With all that being said, these are the two main classes that the professionals have been running. Class 1 has been used by Call of Duty legend and 3-time world champion Clay-Star, while Class 2 has been preferred by the 2023 CDL Rookie of the Year, Mr. Thomas Scrappy Ernst. For the fast-paced, cracked-out players among you, the Rival 9 is the choice for you. In close-range gunfights, it shreds through opponents in just 5 to 6 shots, and with the weapon being reminiscent of the Scorpion Evo from Black Ops 2, it's no wonder that it can even obliterate people at longer ranges. There's only one go-to build that pretty much all of the pro players use, and it is as follows. The Rival C clear shot barrel, helping range and recoil stat to the cost of mobility and handling very slightly. This is followed by the DR6 Handstop for its mobility and handling prowess, and to cap it off, the Purifier Muzzle Brake S, the Rival Vice Assault Grip, and the MTZ Marauder stock, all of which further reduce recoil to give the player some truly good aim. Although some of the maps and their current hardpoint hill rotations might not be the most SMG favoured right now with their long lines of sight and abundance of head glitches, Terminal, I'm looking at you, there are rumours of some new competitively viable maps being added soon, and with certain hill changes potentially being adjusted in a future update, the Rival could end up being the best gun in the game. With the knife being gentleman's agreemented by the pros for its overpowered capabilities, the Renetti pistol is the best sidearm in the game. While it can't one-burst a full health enemy in any situation, it still proves valuable as a last resort when running out of ammunition in your primary weapon. This build contains only 3 attachments as follows: the EXF Eclipse or Grip, the MLX Short Competition Barrel, both of which serve the purpose of stacking the weapon with as many mobility and handling improvements as possible. They also let their users get to key positions before the enemy team, due to the increased movement speed when running with the Renetti out. The final attachment here is the Slimline Pro OpTic. The strength of the gun is capped however due to the fire rate trigger being GA'd, gentleman's agreemented, by the professional players. But in ranked play, these GAs often end up being thrown out of the window, so we can presume the Bruin Express fire rate trigger will be used by some, So you might want to think about it, it could end up being the standard in the mode.
360 ooga booga booga!
The pros have deemed snipers to be too overpowered to use in professional play this year due to the abundance of long sightlines that can easily be held by a single sniper. But as of now, there are no restrictions placed on snipers in ranked. So here we go, few classes for you to try out with the Katt-AMR and the XRK Stalker. The Katt is better for damage, the XRK for the ADS speed and fire rate. Class number 1 is from Atlanta FaZe's very own search and destroy coach. Tupac's Katt build goes as follows, with the barrel, rear grip and stock all assisting with the ADS and sprint to fire speeds. The ephemeral quick bolt should also be used for higher fire rates to get those follow-up shots off quicker. We also want to add the high velocity ammo type to increase bullet velocity for the ranged snipes. The XRK class is basically the same, with attachments chosen that prioritize ADS and sprint to fire speeds, fire rate, and of course bullet velocity. In classic CDL player fashion, many items have been agreed to not be used among the pro players.
Mission failed.
However, with these things not being officially banned in the rule set as of now, there are a couple of items you might want to consider to get the upper hand in ranked. For one, no ammunition types are allowed by the pros, including the high grain, an ammo type that significantly increases damage range and bullet velocity values. So it's worth a think about putting it on each weapon class by either swapping out an attachment of your choice in the case of the MCW and Rifle 9 as they have 5 attachments, or just adding it to the Renetti as the 4th attachment. Another GA that we previously discussed is the knife, but with it technically being usable in the CDL rules, we would recommend it for break-offs in search and destroy, so that one can get to advantageous positions as quickly as possible in the rounds. The higher time to kill in this game also promotes using the knife in close range gunfights to take your enemies by surprise for that instant kill.
LaRue with a knife!
Turning our attention to equipment and gear, MWIII certainly has some choices that drastically impact how you play the game. For lethals, frags and semtexes are your friends. Frag grenades are generally used by AR players, especially in search and destroy where you can carefully line up grenade spots at the beginning of rounds, potentially leading to early man advantages.
Kobe!
For hardpoint and control though, semtexes are used by nearly every player due to its faster explosion time being more suited to the chaos of respawn modes. Tactical usage also differs between respawn and search and destroy. In hardpoint and control, only stun grenades are used by the pros.
Look, he killed me with the stun.
While in search and destroy, 1 smoke per team is allowed. The smoke grenade is generally used by a fast submachine gun player, mainly using it to plant bombs, fake out enemies, or just gain some space on the map. Once again though, the official CDL rules are different, technically meaning everyone can use smokes in any mode. Unless this is changed anytime soon, this could mean ranked plays rather differently compared to the CDL Pro games. So, unless this is changed, we would consider switching between stuns and smokes regardless of mode due to the potential of getting users out of sticky situations or blocking important lines of sight when trying to break into a hardpoint. Before getting into the rest of the utility, we've got to talk about the best vest to use in competitive, and it's got to be the infantry vest. It essentially acts as your double time from previous games since it boosts attack sprint duration and refresh time, a must for any player to get into the action and help out their team. Now for the rest of this year's new wearable perk system, featuring gloves, boots and gear. Despite the plentiful amount of clothing options, I'd still say Advanced Warfare has the edge. There are a few main options for gloves, with the Assault, Marksman or Quick Grip generally preferred. The Assault gloves can be the best all-around option for most players because of the improved accuracy and ADS while jumping, very beneficial for faster paced players trying to maneuver around the map as freely as possible. A swap out though to the Marksman gloves can definitely be used for the main AR player, the slower guy on the team, as they'll be the ones locking down lanes most of the time. Less flinch, less ADS sway can be more valuable to them, so keep the Marksman gloves in mind. However, the quick grip gloves have been gaining more favour lately in order to reload and throw equipment faster, allowing the player to almost always have their gun up and at the ready. Next up are the boots. There's only 2 main options. First, the tactical pads, allowing its users to slide faster and farther, all while being able to aim down your weapon sight. So for all you wannabe shotsies out there, these kicks might be right up your alley to use in the respawn mode due to the increased movement often catching your enemies off guard. However, with the return of a permanent dead silence perk in the form of the covert sneakers, this is what you want to have equipped most of the time in the respawn modes and all of the time when playing Search and Destroy. With regards to gear, there's only one real option, the EOD padding. You'll be able to survive even the most point blank of grenades, just not Simtexes stuck to your character. NANI? And last but not least, the best field upgrades to equip. Although in the CDL only 2 trophy players per team are allowed in a match, there is no such limitation in ranked play. So for every player already running the covert sneakers perk, you'll also want to run a trophy system to block all of the equipment spam. But if you're using the tactical pad boots, you'll want to put the dead silence field upgrade on, as at least it gives you completely silent footsteps for a good few seconds. And there we have it, the best pro car setups you guys can be using right now. I'll be keeping this updated as well over time, so make sure to subscribe to the channel, follow the Twitter as well, and check out the website breakingpoint.gg, because updates due over there as well. And if you're looking to take your competitive gameplay to the next level, get involved in BPL. All the links to that will be down in the description. We've got tens of thousands of members already in these 8 discords following the pro rule set, looking to improve. Communication is required, and there's opportunities to get better and even play the pros if you rise up the ranks quickly enough. So get involved with that. Thanks for watching as always. Take care of yourselves. Hit the like button if you enjoyed, and we will see you next time.